All right, so Track Builder's just finished this. It's a little lost, but he just finished this. And so now we need to start working on this. So I want this road to come out, and we're just going to go straight with it. With that road straight, for now, how can I get this rail to reconnect? Because it can't do the same route as it did before. It's going to have to come out wider. And that's the worst part about it, is everything has to come out wider than it was before. So I just can't get that through because of it being too close to an intersection. So I'm going to have to bring this back even further. Yeah. Gosh, really? It's got to be out that far. Ugh. It's gross. All right, so we go like this, and then we come out this way. Yeah, I guess it's going to have to do that. So I need to find a way now to break down this rail. If we're going to do it, we might as well do it electrified, right? It's not really critical rail or anything, so we might as well electrify it. So how about we bring you back to, let's say, not that far. We don't need to go that far back, do we? No, we don't need to go back that far. How about we go back about this far? Right here. Bring that back, and this whole thing here needs to get redrawn too. So we'll need this segment torn down. Where is right here? Yep. Make sure that the deconstruction is assigned. Should be able to reach this stuff. Maybe not this side because of the pathing with this signal. Okay, I can, if I swap this signal right now, then they can reach it. They should be able to reach it now. There we go. So we'll get them on that. Let's make that a high priority so I can get this done. But at least now we can get the reconstruction going, right? We can have it assigned to all these different offices. In fact, the helicopters can now help. Yep, reconstruction office. They can now get in there, these little green dots. So at least this time, it's not going to collapse. And we now want to make sure... I don't think we really need any more fuel in this. No, I would say we don't need any more fuel in this. Let's go unload. And then I would say at this point, we are not loading fuel here anymore. We're only unloading. And then we're just going to have this train go back and forth, bringing oil here so that we can fill these tanks up, because we're running really low on the oil. I need so much more oil. How's my bridge going here? It is going okay. And there's this side's done and this side's done, and there's progress-ish on those ones. Okay, good. All right, Track Builder's just doing ahead and took care of that for me. And so now this is out here, and I'm hoping, put my fingers together here and crossing them, that I can get this to cross in a sensible manner here. So why don't we get you as close as we... That's fine. That was fine. Right there is okay. It's okay. It's better than I thought we'd have anyway. So we can go ahead and do that. And then from there, we can also go in and have you cross in. I think you need to be before that. We need to have you cross right there. Yep. So it doesn't look quite as clean as it did, but we have the advantage of it all working smoothly now. So there we go. And then we'll go ahead and bring this over and say, work on it. You can have all three of those things at once, which is fantastic. And now people can actually reach the stupid thing, and we can maintain it. Isn't that great? All sorts of stuff. Lots of trains backed up over here because it's the exclusive path now. They can't choose the other way. So we need to get this bridge done so that they can start choosing different paths and getting to different destinations. So this is still happening. And I'll bring you guys back when this is all done. I want to make sure that we're not bringing oil out of there fast enough. And I think with the train going just between this point and that point, back and forth, or only use this, it will really help out, because just adding another train in here, especially if it's a long train, there's really no reason why I have to add this train to come in through here anymore. It doesn't need to do that. Mount Char is full of fuel. We can remove this from its entire schedule here, and we just have you go back and forth, loading oil and unloading it, and then going back again, right? So that's what we're going to end up doing. One thing I guess we could maybe look into doing with this train, I'm going to make it longer, is we could get a tank out this way with fuel. Just to deliver fuel out this way and having a source for it and having like a distribution office, maybe a small one to get a gas station out here or something, could be useful in our setup for nuclear and stuff in the future, right? We're eventually going to be bringing out building supplies and stuff right out here too, but a source of fuel out here is a good idea, I think. Is everything good here other than power? Everything is good here, right? All the pump jacks, okay, not all of them, but all but one are built. All the pipes are built all the way out to here, and that's it. So now I can now go in and start planning on my plastics and figuring out where all that stuff's going to go. So each pump jack is capable of, at its peak, pumping out 7 tons of oil. We're never going to get 7 tons of oil out of any of these. You're going to get 7 tons. You're going to get the percentage of that 7 ton from each of these. So these two together are going to get about 7 tons. Okay. And then this one's 37%. This one's 48%. So this one's going to get about 5.2, 5.3 tons, somewhere around there, right? So that's like 13 tons of oil, somewhere around that line. We have this one here. Add that in. So we're probably looking at, I don't know what the percentage on this is, but we're probably looking at somewhere in the ballpark here, I would think, of 10 tons of oil from this whole thing, right? Is that about, well, this is 7, and then there's like another 5. It's still 13, 15, maybe 15 to 16 tons of oil here, okay? All right, 15 to 16 tons of oil. Plastics factory will consume 27. Just one of them will consume 27. So we're not even fully saturating one of those things yet. Then we have these pump jacks over here. This one's at 62, pretty good. We got another one here that's 47. So these two together are over 7 tons. We got to bring in another one here and another one here. So this is about 7 tons-ish there. So we have about 14 tons of fuel here. If there's another pump jack, there's another pump jack right here. And I think that's it for pump jacks. Yeah, so in this area, we could expect somewhere in the vicinity, I would say, of maybe 17 to 18 tons of oil at most. Okay. And so together, those two sources are going to be able to feed a plastics factory. And probably more than one plastics factory. We could do more than one, but it would require us, of course, to staff more than one. I think the one is going to be fine as long as we can get people staffed there. And we can bring them over here and have all this oil collected here. Any extra oil that is not used for plastics can be grabbed on a train and then brought over to the refinery, okay? So essentially, we're going to have the resources for oil coming in a tank. And that tank is going to feed a pump, which will then divvy it up, and then we'll feed a tank. When this tank is full and the plastics factory has what it has, and it's full, all access will flow to another tank that will get picked up by the train. To make that happen, we need this set of tracks here connected to this set of tracks here so that it's connected to the rail network. We've been making all the rails on a rail network, and right now we're not going to stop that trend. I'm also going to have a tunnel through this mountain here, and then that tunnel is going to pop out on this side here, pop, and there's going to be an intersection with this to that, and then that's going to connect all this up. So then we have now 3 different paths to get over in this way. Lots of redundancy in this whole system. The only part I'm confused about as whether I'm going to do or not is whether there will be roads coming through the roundabout here, which I believe is what we're going to do. We're going to have roads coming down here, and then probably put plastics right here with the tanks and stuff for them over on the side. And then the area here that we're going to be picking up, the one thing I have to figure out yet is the area we're going to be picking things up with the train here. Do we want to have anything else shipped from this location? Okay. So like crops. Do I want crops delivered here? Because crops could be taken on a different train over to, say, the western area. Or they could be taken over to our little town over here, which isn't going to have any crops, and we could produce food locally and not have to ship it as long as we can ship some crops. We have extras, right? We have extra crops over here, or we don't. Oh, or we don't. Well, it is June. Yeah, we haven't harvested yet, so we're about to harvest. But that's a good thing to see. So this is about half full. We got the emergency reserve here. And we should hopefully start cutting into fields pretty quick here. Growing progress, 69%, 53, 69, 69. Okay, so like these medium fields here are going to start popping sooner. I think we'll end up being okay, but that's a little scary. I mean, our population's growing, right? We're using more food. So I guess that's not that scary, but yeah, let's bring those crops in. We're using them for other things, not just food too, right? We need to use them for fabric and things like that as well. Speaking of fabric, let's check this really quick. We've got 66 tons of fabric in here. Beautiful. All these trucks going in and using it. Pretty good. We've also got quite a bit of alcohol in here. No place to store it. And we want to start selling alcohol or anything. So let's add a little extra storage for the alcohol. We can ship that out of here too. But bringing the crops into here, right? That's something that's good to have to see as well. And then we're really light on building supplies over here too. So yeah, that's the game plan for plastics. I'll probably end up getting the rail and road situation done offline because there's going to be some trial and error stuff. And then I'm going to have, the tanks and stuff in plastics over here. I need to figure out and finalize exactly where I want that stuff to be because I haven't really looked at it in a while. It's been a while. I had it at one point, planned out, and I was going to show it to you, but drawing a blank on it right now. To be honest, it's been, several days since I played, so I'm drawing a blank on it. I would really like to get back into a set schedule, but holidays, right? Okay, so this is a really rough plan, all right? We're going to do it together, but this is kind of a rough plan, so we'll amend it together as we go. I think the first thing I want to do, though, is get rid of this dirt road. We don't need it anymore. It was only built as a bypass for getting the roundabout and stuff done, so that's all taken care of. We don't need that anymore. I'm also going to remove that right there, get that out of the way, and then get this reconnected to it. There we go, and then also delete that little part. And then what I think I'd like to do is start getting this paved so that we can start getting vehicles down here a bit faster. We also have some parts here where it's built, but it needs to be maintained. We still need maintenance to happen on things, so we're going to do that. Make sure everything has a road connection. Although this stuff is really remote, so getting it all fixed up is probably not going to happen very well, but we're going to do it. I think this stuff here is going to need more power. We have just the one wind turbine out here. And I'm thinking maybe we're going to get, let's get a substation right here in the middle of all of these things would be good. All right, so we can get like the substation right here. And I don't think that one turbine is going to be enough here. I'm pretty confident that we're going to need at least 2, possibly 3 for this stuff. So why don't we get one of these substations to be about here and then another one to be about here. And then what we'll do is we'll grab the big wind turbines here and which direction are you facing? Can't tell. Okay, so you're facing towards the right now at an angle. Okay, so we're going to have you, and we don't need them to be facing the same direction, but I like to do that because it makes them look better. Makes it look like we're trying to capture wind from the most opportune angle or whatever, right? So I think we'll put 3 of them here. This third one will kind of be extra right now, but we're going to say that your power goes like this. This one's power is going to go to this, and this one's power is going to go to this. And we're going to need to go lower because of the pipes. Kind of expected, but I'm surprised I didn't have to do it with the other one, actually. There we go. And then this is just a backup extra. We can actually send this power over somewhere else. We actually have a little turbine right here that's providing power to the gas station and everything. And it's out of range for this. So this is going to need power too. So let's go ahead and make sure that we have something in this area that can power all this. I'm going to do it on this side because we're going to want stuff powered here too. So I'm going to put one substation right over, maybe like that. And then the other one will be over here on this side, maybe about here. And I think this turbine will actually power that. So we'll put this turbine right here. over and connect it up to this side. We can probably do that with an above ground wire instead. It's a little cheaper. Not going to build much in this area, so yeah, we're not going to build anything right here, so it'll just go through. So right about like that would be fine, and have this go there. Come to find out, I maybe could have gotten away with going above ground here, but I want to work this gravel source for a town that'll happen over in this side. And so I'm not entirely sure what we'll be doing with this gravel, but to get it nearby so I don't have to ship the gravel from way over there over here, it's just gravel. We can handle it. That, you know, adding this source of gravel and making it to where a town can be over here in this area. And this will sort of be our gateway. So we'll have food being generated in this town, as well as fabric and clothing and things like that. All these basic things that we need, because right now we're only making clothing in one place, all right? And eventually it's not going to be sufficient. So we're going to have that be over here. And then that will connect to the rail lines, rail line here, which is the rest of the network. And we can start shipping food that way, and eventually that way, as well as clothes and other things that are made with crops. And then this farm continues on this direction. I have actually not been flattening this ongoing. I've told myself I was going to spend the time to do this, but I have not been spending the time to do this. Primarily, I think because we really don't have a whole lot of construction equipment in this area. Speaking of construction, this finished while I haven't been paying attention. I've been looking at it. This finished, which is crazy to me that this is done. All these homes have been told not to allow citizens in them. And yet there's one person living in this building. I guess that's there's a guy living in this one too. Two of them in this one. Weird. Don't know how that happened, but they're in there. And that's just how that is. But they are they're moving their cars over here, and they're working in this station over here, as well as other essential places like the heater. And so I can probably bring this down to like 2 people at most in that building. The fire station, I've bought fire trucks for it, but I don't know what this is going. Like all these cars, I thought they were workers, but I must have purchased them to get ready for this moment. This moment being the moment where we are going to have people living over here and then being able to fix all of this stuff, right? We want all the farm equipment and stuff to start getting fixed. So I need distribution to be bringing stuff over here. I've got a road vehicles depot. I've got lots of different parking lots and stuff. And we need people over here for fire coverage. We have a clinic over here, a couple of doctors with overflowing garbage canisters and stuff. I didn't intend for you guys to be living over here yet. But, you know, if you're going to be there, then, you know, you're going to have to deal with the consequences of being here early. So I'm going to put this right here because I can. I'm going to put this one over here because I can. Yeah. I think I actually would like it better to be on this side. Yeah, I don't know about the walking, like blocking the walking paths. Maybe I just put it... I need something over here for this side too, don't I? All right, tell you what. Why don't we use the walking path ones? And we'll just make a line of them right here. We'll just say 1, 2, 3. Right like that. That's fine. This is all helicopter stuff, man. Helicopters just went nuts in this area. Okay, so we're gonna have all that stuff, and I need to get people actually living here. And to do that, I need water and sewer and all the things. Sewer, I'm gonna dump it over here. And in fact, I think we'll probably continue on with this and have little houses all over the place with all the sewer being dumped over here. So this is a pretty straight line, and we can dial back that road. It doesn't need to be right along the water's edge. We'll just dial that back a little bit. And we're going to say that the sewage treatment, we don't need sewage treatment. We just need discharge. So discharge, come over here. And it is not deep enough. You are going to make me bring construction equipment over here, aren't you? Don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't make me. Darn it. That's a real pain in the ass. Okay, well, we're not ready for these guys yet. We do have the water tower done, but of course it's not being fed by anything. So, you know, what are we going to do for water? We have to bring it in from out of town, right? I do think a water truck just being sent from over here and coming in here and dropping it off is probably sufficient for this many people. Probably. Don't know that. One thing I maybe could do is pick one of them up and just see. So if I grabbed this water truck here, which is doing nothing, as it rightfully shouldn't be doing anything. I have water hooked up everywhere. We're going to bring this over here. And now what I want to do is I want to tell this thing to pick up water from the water treatment plant, which is here, I believe. Double checking. That is that. Yep. I want to pick up water from here, and I want you to bring it to this. Oh, you have to actually drop it in a... Oh, you have to have a drop-off zone, really? I guess that makes sense. I'm not complaining, all right? I'm not saying that it's unrealistic or anything. I'm just annoyed. I just didn't want to do it. All right, well, I'll have to have a drop-off zone for this then. We'll put it... I guess I could put it right here, but that might limit... Yeah, everything would have to come from this side. I'd rather do it like over here. Bring it over, bring it down this road, and then drop it off, let's say, here. Then I'm going to have the pipe go that way before it's distributed, which is kind of an expensive way of doing it. I'd like to limit the number of pipes I'm going to... Let's do it here. I really want to limit the number of pipes I'm doing. So we'll do it right here next to the rail. And then the pipe will... It's coming off a truck. It doesn't have to be fast. So it's going to be right here. Yeah, like this. And it goes over and hooks itself. Well, no, you need a pump because you got to create pressure. I keep forgetting that. So let's get a little pump. A little water pumping station. Right about here. Should be fine. And we'll just connect it to the road for the sake of construction. There we go. And probably want this to cross the tracks too, right? Shoot, it's not going to do it. Well, the good news is that I haven't actually built these tracks yet. So I can delete this little segment and no one will be the wiser. So I can do the walking path like this, like I wanted, and then have the train track be over top of that, because the game will let me make tracks over top of walking paths, just not walking paths over top of tracks, apparently. Get rid of all these and we're good to go. So that'll connect that way up. And as long as I have the dirt one, I can upgrade it. All right, so let's do the thing again. So this goes in there. Yep, like that. And then I don't need to upgrade this. This is gonna go straight into here. Yep, that's how that'll work. Of course, we need power in this area too. Everything needs freaking power. So we'll have power brought in right here, I guess. Probably a more centrally located one would be better than a maximum voltage line, maximum wattage line or whatever. We'll put it right here. Does that get the... It does. It gets pretty much everything. Okay. We'll put it right here. Right there. And then we'll get a good power line brought out that way. We've got power brought in here. And, you know, it'd be nice to do this. So if I grab this and brought it over, I would need a switch on this. This is a medium voltage, and I kind of want to split this because I need power maybe on this side and maybe spread it around. So I think I'm going to grab a medium voltage switch and put that right on the corner over here. And then with that, we'll take the 235s. I really didn't want to disrupt the tree line. And the only way to get medium voltage that way without disrupting the tree line is underground. But even if I go underground, it'll temporarily mess up the tree line. So we're not going to be able to keep the trees, is what I'm saying. All right. There's certain parts of the trees that are just going to go. And that's just the reality we live in right now. Okay. So we're going to say the trees on this side of the road go. We're going to bring this to here and then cross the road on like that to there. And then this side of the rail, or this side of the road, the trees are just going to go. And that's just how it is. All right. because I need this over here. Okay, good. There's also certain segments of this road that are still mud. I don't know how that happened, but we're about to see trucks going all over the place to, you know, to get the crops. So I kind of want to complete these if possible. Get these little segments here done. We'll get our road crews to come out and do this really quickly. We'll say, Chernosky. Really? You won't do this? Huh? Rural Development Office. Do it. What the hell? What the hell? Yeah, you guys can totally be assigned. Not sure what's up with that. Is there not? Oh, I'm in reconstruction mode. Need to go to construction mode. There we go. All right, there we go. We'll just do these little segments here for now. Let's bring a little bit of Sonikova labor if needed to get those little things done. But we'll bring the power to this side. And then with the power being brought here, I can now split it and I can go to 2 different sources if I need to. So we'll send 145 underground this direction and tap it in right there. That's okay with me. And then we have this outlet here to tap into to go and do anything else. But this one is pretty much centrally located in getting everything. So that will give us power. The trucks coming in to here will give us water. And then sewer is going to require me to have construction equipment over here, which is going to suck. However, I do have a road vehicles depot, and I'm pretty sure I've got a spare bulldozer over here. I remember it being repaired right there. Yeah, right there. It's 48%, but it's good enough. Bring that bulldozer all the way over and put it into there. And then I had a spare excavator too, but I don't remember what I did with it. We can bring it from this side. These over here, right here, this little excavator and bulldozer right here. You guys are going to take a long ass trip, as banged up as you are. You're going to come over here and drop yourself off right there in that road depot. And with you guys sitting here, it should be close enough for me to manipulate this. Wow, that's ridiculous. I started with saying, hey, let's do this. And then I got carried away with a whole bunch of other stuff. That's how the game works. All right, so on this side, I don't really know if this road is where it's going to stay, but let's just say it is for now. We got the pump right there. What's the furthest we can go with this? With a pipe. Pipe. Furthest I can travel with a pipe is all the way over. Okay, so I'm going to go here anyway. All right, this is going to work. So we're going to say storage. And let's have the storage be located. How about right here? I really want this to be facing the other direction. We're going to have to go. We're going to have to go this way with it, unfortunately. So about like that. Okay. Which is in range of that power source. And I want another one in range of that power source too. It needs to be right about there. Yep. So that's going to be in range of the power source too, right like this. And then I need it to go. I think I want it to go the other way though. No, this is fine. Right here. Yeah. Okay. So that's in the range of that power source too. All right. And then the pumping station can end up going right here. Now I can probably do an underground one since I need to go under the train tracks anyway. And it's not that big of a deal with this shorter distance. So I think we'll use the pumping station here. We want one that splits, not merges. So we're going to do it right about like this. That should be good. All right. So that's in the range of the power source as well. So now we're going to say that we're going to go through the pipes here. Underground, one to there, and then you to there. All right. Then we have another one that's going to be over on this side, and that's going to be for our plastic. And this is just a reserve tank, right? It's this extra storage, right? And then for plastic, we're going to store that oil over here on this side. So we're going to say right about here is good for our plastic storage. Right about like this is good, I think. I like it. It's in range of the power source right there. And then this will now go that direction and pop in right there. So that's our storage setup for the oil. The last thing to do then is just to get that to feed in here. Like that. Probably could have went above ground, but I'm a stickler for it. Just like giving me options later, right? Maybe I want to put a gas station here or something later. So Options are good. Okay, speaking of options being good, now we have to figure out how we're going to get the train situation started. I think we will take the rail and probably have it be about here. I think probably right about here is good. So it'll come from this side and this side. This makes sense to me anyway. And then you're going to go from there and there in that direction. I don't foresee a reason for the trains on this side to go that way, but we have the option to add it later on if we choose. But I don't foresee a reason for that to happen right now. And I realize that's a very tight turn. Yeah, yes. Well, the game lets you do it, so I'm doing it. All right. Now, the next thing is I need this train track to connect to this one, but there's a couple of things that are needing to happen before that happens. First, this side needs to connect as well. And so I'm going to take this track and go, whoops, it's on the wrong side, right? Catenaries. We're going to go on this side here, and we're going to go straight to, let's say about this far. We don't need to go very far. Let's say about this far. All right, and then we'll connect it like that. Okay. Then we're going to add electric railroad connection. Okay. And the railroad connection can just be right over here like this. Bop, bop, bop. Okay. So we'll go ahead and connect that and that. There we go. Adding another source of power to the rail. We need to do that eventually, right? Because we have two, but I think we want more than two. So on this side, we're going to come out, and then I think from about here, we should be able to now curve across the road is what I was hoping to do, but it doesn't look like it's going to let me. Yeah, right there. Right there. Now, this is going to be a lot wider than our typical junctions, but that's okay because the highway's right here. And I'm okay with this highway just crossing direct because I don't think this one is going to be busy enough for it to matter. It may be. I might be wrong. I'm, whatever. Possibilities there. But I don't think it will be. And then this is going to be like that. And then we want to also bring this out. And this is the reason why I needed to extend this line. Is I needed this to be... Oh, man. That's going to suck. Yeah, it needs to come out even further than that. Right like that. Yep. And then... Same thing right there. Okay. And then this will eventually meet up with... the track over on that side, but we're just going to build this for now. All right. So this connects like that. That gets it hooked up to the rest of the grid. I don't know whether this is going to be too busy or not. I do know that this will eventually be 2 roads. So we're going to have like one ways in this area because there's a lot of traffic through here. There's lots of logistics vehicles, and we're going to have traffic and stuff for nuclear processing through here too. So we'll probably have quite a few vehicles. And I think on that note, I want this road to go straight down. But I don't want to do that until I know where the rail is going to be. The rail, by the way, is right here. And so this rail needs to get either up or over or under this one and work its way around to connect to this side so that all of this is connected eventually. Okay. So this part here is going to go straight at this point. So about there. And then you will come down and meet up as well, like right about there. And so that gives us, I don't want to say our trifecta, but 1, 2, 3. Three different directions there. And then as this rail comes through here, it will also connect, and we'll have a nice proper large junction there coming from this rail here and bringing it out that way. When we bring this rail out that way, train station here to pick up the uranium oxide, which is going to be mined from here and processed in here. Probably end up, I might actually end up processing it right here, and then having this rail come out a little bit wider. And then that way this dirt road goes away and gets replaced by something else. And then the dirt road gets, maybe it comes across like this instead. And then this one just connects to this road direct. Haven't really figured that out yet, but you can kind of see where I'm making the loop, making more redundancy, making more paths for trains. They can take many different directions to reach their objective. And then on this side, you know, this road will come down with separation, and you know, we'll end up having one-way streets here all the way through this nonsense and connecting to the farm right there. Speaking of which, this needs to be connected. It is going to be a very difficult thing to maintain here if I don't. But the helicopters are on it, and so is the rural office. All the offices are going to go get it now. Okay, good. So yeah, there's that. So with this done, we can assume that we're going to have this road coming down through here. And maybe I'll just stop assuming and just do it. So let's say we come out about, we want to do 1.5 roads. So 1, and then half road. Half road. Let's just go all the way down so I can get it lined up correctly. So all the way down like this, then straight to here. And that doesn't completely connect, but I think that'll be okay as a reference point. And then this one comes straight down like that. And then the road that we're going to actually use is right here. We need that to have a good amount of space. So why don't we just put it as the asphalt one for now. There we go, right about there. So we could delete those 2 roads. Now, why do I have that kind of spacing? Well, you'll see how I'm going to do it later when we start making Charlemagne's North. But this is like the ideal spacing I found for these roads to be. You can get them to be parallel to each other, but also give you enough space to give you that left turn lane, and the left turn lane that can also serve as a what we call the Michigan left, to go past your point, and you have to turn right to turn left, basically. So you go here, and then you use this road and you turn that way. And so we're going to have Michigan lefts through here, and a lot of Michigan lefts through here. This is a way of trying to control traffic flow without having to have a lot of intersections. And the Michigan left, quote unquote, is going to be more effective than what we have in Zernowski. The traffic will be heavier in this city and yet more effective than Zernowski, if I do it right. And I don't know if I've done it right, but I might be messing it up huge in my testing, but we'll see. So we're going to bring this down, and just connect it right here. It's fine. So we'll just have it be connected like this. It's fine. Okay, so there's our extra row we can build. And if we're doing that, then we're just going to have it be like so. Right? It's kind of at an angle. It's not centered. Doesn't matter. Doesn't need to be centered. Although I will say, this certainly would look a little bit better on this side anyway. First off, I think we can get rid of that. That's not needed. And I think it would look better anyway if this side here was kind of coming off of this like this and then over. And then I can probably do something like this to make that look a little more natural. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's what it is, right? I want to have some turnarounds here, so because there's going to be nuclear and there's going to be lots of, cars will flow through here. If I've spaced everything out correctly, cars will be flowing through here, trucks will be coming through here, logistics, warehouses, etc., and they're going to be using these roads quite a lot. So I don't want them to interchange, and I don't want them to mix and match with each other there. Let's go ahead and connect that, and I think then we can just say, because the roundabout is actually completed, we could just make this the one way that we want, make these the one-way streets, and bring them all the way like this, like they're supposed to be. There we go. There we go. And all the way to the roundabout. Yeah. Now they'll be more likely to use those roads to get done with it. All right. So with those done, we can now see what our spacing is for the bridge that we're going to put over top of this. So we'll have the rail. I think probably we can go a little bit further with this rail. We can put it about this far. I think this far is good. Yep. And then we'll do about like this. Now, a lot of people are going to say, you could manipulate the terrain, raise the terrain. It's cheaper than making the bridge go up, and it looks better. You're probably right. And you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll make you a deal. If I have a free excavator or a bulldozer close enough to do this right now, then that's what I will do. But I'll roll some dice and say that I don't. And I'd be wrong. So there you go. I had no idea. Oh, you know what it is? It's the freaking construction office is right here. Never mind. All right, so this is what we're going to do then. We'll do it your way. We'll do it a different way on this side. We're going to raise the terrain up, all right? Over here. Just raise this terrain, all right, to make this go up higher. All right, now I don't know if this is an easy thing to really do so close to this. I think I might need some extra room here, but we'll see. Raise the terrain right here, right? So that the road, everybody's going to go like underneath this road kind of thing. And then I think that's probably a good ramp on that side. I probably should, on this side anyway, pull this back. I think this is maybe a little bit too far. If I'm going to do the terrain bit here instead of a bridge, I need a little bit more room. So why don't we try this instead? We'll go these rails here. We're going to go... God, I really don't know if that's even the same height. You know, they don't look like they are. Let's test it. This is 17 and a half. This is 19. And then this down here is 12. So I feel like I probably need like the 19 to fully go over this. So I'm going to need to raise this up even more. And this is, you know, cheaper. Sure. It's also much more complicated. Because you just, you know, you got to do the measuring tools and all these things where the game was already going to let me do it before. I was good. I was in, man. I'm telling you. Totally in. And now I got to mess with this. So let's say we go, you know, level here and level here. And so we're at like 18.9 there, 19. And this one's like almost the same, right? Yeah, pretty much the same on this side. Okay. So this is 19-ish. And this is 19-ish. It could be a little lower actually now. Yeah, a little lower here. So let's try to get it like at 19. There you go. So we'll try to get it right at 19. Right there. All right, there's our 19. And then on this side, let's get it right at 19. On this side too, okay? I don't even know if that's a good thing to do, but we're going to do it. 19. Okay. Now, we could take this rail at this point and just go, I guess, here and here. And then on this side, we go, let's say, here, right, and here. Something like that. And then we just use the bridge from there to there. But it looks like it has to be up even higher to do that. I need even more elevation to do that. Wow. Still not enough, right? Yeah. So it's just easier to do the bridges. I mean, it sure as hell would look better, right? But it's just easier to do the bridges. But you know what? I'll make it happen. I'll make it happen and we'll start the next video. Tell you what, guys, this is getting a little long right now, isn't it? We'll start the next video. And it's also 2 a.m. and I want to go to sleep. With this all flattened out. And then we'll just have it work. And then we'll come over here and guess what? We're going to have to do it again. But I don't think there's enough room to do it again on this side. Maybe. Like, this is really tight. So I don't think we can do it on that side. But for this one here, we have enough room to do it. And I'll freaking do it. All right. This is what we'll do. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. See you next time. Bye-bye.